እንደምን አላችሁ ውድ ተማሪዎች በዛሬው ትምህርት የ12ኛ ክፍል የጂኦግራፊ ትምህርት ዩኒት 3 ጥያቄዎችን አብረን እንሰራለን። ለዛሬ ፓርት 2 እንሰራለን። ፓርት 1 ከዚህ በፊት የሰራነው አለ እዚህ የዩቲዩብ ቻናል ላይ ማየት ትችላላችሁ። ዩኒት 3 ማኔጅመንት ኦፍ ኮንፍሊክት ኦቨር ሪሶርስስ ይላል። እዚህ ቶፒክ ላይ 135 ጥያቄዎችን አዘጋጅተናል። እነዚህ ጥያቄዎች ለክፍላችሁ የፈተና ዝግጅት እንዲሁም ደግሞ ለኢንትራንስ ኤግዛም የሚያግዙ ጥያቄዎች ናቸው። ጂኦግራፊ ብቻ ሳይሆን ሌሎች የትምህርት አይነቶችንም ከ9ኛ እስከ 12ኛ ክፍል እንደዚሁ ጥያቄዎችን እየሰራን ቱቶሪያሎችን እየሰጠን እንገኛለን። ሁሉንም እዚህ የዩቲዩብ ቻናል ላይ ማግኘት ትችላላችሁ። ለዚህ የዩቲዩብ ቻናል አዲስ ከሆናችሁ ሰብስክራይብ ካላደረጋችሁ ሰብስክራይብ ያደርጋችሁ ቤተሰብ ሆኑ። አብረን እንቀጥላለን። ጥያቄዎችን የያዘ አጋዥ መጽሐፍ አዘጋጅተናል። ይሄ መጽሐፍ ጥያቄዎችን ከነመልስና ማብራሪያ ጋር የያዘ መጽሐፍ ነው። መጽሐፉን በፒዲኤፍ ወይም በሶፍት ኮፒ ማግኘት ከፈለጋችሁ እዚህ ጋር በተቀመጡት አድራሻዎች ጻፉልን። ለአሁኑ ወደ ቶፒኩ እንለፍ። 46 which of the following is an example of demand induced scarcity? A. Drought reducing the water supply. B. Deforestation causing soil erosion. C. Population growth increasing demand for water. D. Pollution contaminating a river. C. Population growth increasing demand for water. This is the demand induced scarcity ይባላል ማለት ነው። ኦኬ demand induced scarcity occurs when rising demand outpaces supply። ስለዚህ ዲማንድ ወይም ፍላጎትን ከፍ ማድረግና የስካርሲቲ እንዲፈጠር የማድረግ እንትን ነው ማለት ነው። ይሄኛው 47 what is one of the main issues related to poor governance of natural resources? A. Rapid innovation in resource management. B. Clear and enforceable resources rights. C. Marginalization of specific groups. D. Equal distribution of resources. C. Marginalization of specific groups. So poor governance often results in certain groups being excluded or disadvantaged. 48 what grievance often arises from unclear resource rights? A. Equal access to resources. B. Resource abundance. C. Disputes over ownership and usage. D. Cooperation among stakeholders. C. Disputes over ownership usage ማለት ነው። ኦኬ this is overlapping or poorly enforced resources rights lead to confusion and conflicts. 49 what type of grievance occur in when communities are excluded from decision making process? Lack of transparency, development burdens. C. Structural scarcity. D. Poor infrastructure. Lack of transparency. Okay, this is exclusion from a decision leads to tension, especially when the outcomes affect livelihoods. Okay. 50 which is an example of discriminatory resource governance? A. Allowing all groups equally resources access. B. Restricting women's access to land ownership. C. Ensuring equitable resources distribution. D. Strengthening environmental laws. B. Restricting women's access to land ownership. Okay, so this is discriminatory policies marginalizes certain groups fostering unequality ማለት unequal እንዲሆኑ ያደርጋቸዋል። ይሄኛው ለምሳሌ ሴቶች አንዳንድ ሶሳይቲ ውስጥ መሬት እንዳይኖራቸው ይደረጋል ያለው የቀደሙ ኤግዛምፕል አንዱ ነው ማለት ነው። 51 what is transboundary natural resource? A. Resource confined to one country. B. A resource shared across national borders. C. A non-renewable resource. D. Privately owned resources. D. A resource shared across national borders ነው። እነዚህ ትራንስባውንደሪ ናቹራል ሪሶርስ ይባላሉ። ለሌሎች ሀገሮችም ምንድነው ሼር የሚደረግ ሪሶርስ ማለት ነው። ላይክ ሪቨርስ ኦር ፊሸሪስ ሪኳየር ጆይንት ማኔጅመንት ባይ ካንትሪስ። ለምሳሌ ናይል ሪቨር ያልነው ቅድም ብዙ የአፍሪካ ሀገሮች ናይል ሪቨርን ሼር ያደርጋሉ አይደለ? ኢትዮጵያም እስከ ታንዛኒያ ድረስ ከሱዳን እና ግብጽ ብዙ የምስራቅ አፍሪካ ሀገራትን ሼር ያደርጉታል ይሄንን ሪሶርስ። ይሄ ምን ይባላል? ትራንስባውንደሪ ሪሶርስ ይባላል ማለት ነው። 52 what can happen when one country overuses a shared transboundary resource? A. Increased cooperation, reduction in local conflicts, violation of agreed allocations. D. Enhanced environmental protection. C. Violation of agreed allocation. A. Transboundary resource share የሚደረግ overuse of a shared transboundary resource ማለት ነው። ኦኬ so overuse by one country can lead to disputes with others relying on the same resource ማለት ነው። Okay, 53 which of the following is an example of transboundary pollution? A. Oil spills affecting international waters. B. Soil erosion on private farmland. C. Overgrazing by livestock. D. Urban air pollution. A. Oil spills affecting international waters ማለት ነው። ኢንተርናሽናል ዋተርን አፌክት የሚያደርግ ነው ይሄ ትራንስባውንደሪ ፖሊዩሽን የሚባለው ማለት ነው። 54 which governance issue directly leads to structural scarcity? A. Poor enforcement of laws. B. Clear resource rights. C. Unequal resource access. D. Infrastructure development. C. Unequal resource access ነው ይሄ structural scarcity is caused by inequitable access due to governance or societal barriers. 55 what is the Rio Declaration's stance on transboundary resources? A. Countries can exploit resources unilaterally. B. Countries must prevent harm to neighboring states. C. Resources should not be shared across borders. D. Development projects should be prioritized over conservation. B. Countries must prevent harm to neighboring states. Okay. So the Rio Declaration emphasizes shared responsibility for transboundary resources management. 56 what is the likely outcome of transparent resource governance? A. Increased resource-based conflicts. B. Decreased community engagement. C. Higher levels of resource scarcity. D. Enhanced cooperation and reduced grievance. D. Enhanced cooperation and reduced grievance. Okay, this is the transparency and inclusivity foster trust and minimizes tensions. 57 which of the following describes supply-induced scarcity? A. Overuse of resources due to rising demand. B. Environmental degradation reducing resources availability. C. Unequal resource access among social groups. D. High population growth in urban areas. B. Environmental degradation reduce resource availability. Okay. 58. What is the primary reason pastoralists often disregard national borders? A. Political conflicts. B. The availability of natural resources such as water and grazing land. C. National security issues. D. National policies on migration. B. The availability of natural resources such as water and grazing land. Okay, so pastoralists migrate seasonally along traditional routes based on the availability of natural resources such as water, grazing land, rather than adhering the natural borders. 59. How does the migration of wildlife across national borders affect the economy? A. It shifts economic opportunities between countries. B. It increases trade between countries. C. It reduces economic activity. D. It promotes national security. A. It shifts economic opportunities between countries. Okay. As wildlife migrates across the national borders, it can shift economic opportunities, especially sectors like tourism and hunting, from one country to another. ስለዚህ ቦርደር እንትን ሲሉ ማለት ከአንድ ሀገር ወደ ሌላ ማይግሬት ሲያደርጉ እነዚህ ዋይልድ ላይፍ የሚባሉት የዱር እንስሳት አዋፋትን ጨምሮ እዛ ሀገር ያለ እንትን ይጠቀማል ማለት ነው። ኢኮኖሚክ በነፊቱ ለዛኛው ሀገር ይሆናል። 60. Which of the following is a major consequence of competition for natural resources among user groups? A. Increase in global cooperation. B. Loss of indigenous communities and their cultural heritage. C. Improvement in local economies. D. Strengthening of national borders. B. Loss of indigenous communities and their cultural heritage. Okay, so increased competition for natural resources can lead to the displacement of indigenous communities and loss of their cultural and spiritual heritage. 60. What is one of the emerging threats to natural resources in countries? A. Natural disasters. B. Illicit activities and criminal groups. C. Agricultural development. D. Industrial growth. B. Illicit activities and criminal groups. Illicit extraction and trade of natural resources, often carried out by the criminal groups, depletes resources and deprives local communities of their benefits, leading to conflict. Okay. 62. Which of the following not a strategy to manage transboundary water resources? A. International agreement. Cooperative management frameworks. C. Violent conflict over resources. D. Negotiating water usage shares. C. Violent conflict over resources. Okay. While conflicts have occurred, the focus has largely been on negotiating agreements and cooperative management to manage shared water resources peacefully. 63. What does the Nile Basin Initiative aim to achieve? A. Increase military presence in the Nile Basin. B. Promote peace and security among Nile Basin countries. C. Reduce irrigation in Nile Basin. D. Private water resource in the Nile Basin. B. Promote peace and security among Nile Basin countries ነው። ይሄ ናይል ቤዝን ኢኒሼቲቭ የሚባለው ዋና እንትኑ ምንድነው? ፒስ ሰላም እንዲኖርና በእነዚህ በናይል ሪቨር የሚጠቀሙ ወይም የናይል ተፋሰስ ሀገራት የሚባሉት ማለት ነው። The Nile Basin Initiative was established to coordinate the management of the Nile Basin's resources, ensuring equitable water use and promoting peace and security among the countries sharing the river ማለት ነው። ይህን ሪቨሩን ናይልን ሼር የሚያደርጉ ሀገራት ሰላም እንዲፈጥሩ ማድረግ ነው በዋናነት። 64 What is issue is the heart of Nile Basin water management debate? A. Equity in water resource allocation. B. The construction of dams. C. The privatization of water. D. The reduction of agricultural activities. A. Equity in water resource allocation. So upstream countries in Nile Basin have argued for an equitable share of water resources, while downstream countries, especially Egypt and Sudan, have been resistant to a change in the allocation. 65 What is the primary goal of conflict prevention in strategies? A. To escalate conflicts for better outcomes. B. To avoid, minimize, resolve and contain conflicts. C. To enforce national sovereignty over natural resources. D. To encourage the exploitation of natural resources. B. To avoid, minimize, resolve and contain conflicts ማለት ነው። ኦኬ ዋና ፕራይመሪ ጎሉ የኮንፍሊክት ፕሪቨንሽን ስትራቴጂ ምንድነው? አቮይድ ማድረግ፣ ሚኒማይዝ እና ሪዞልቭ ማድረግ ነው ማለት ነው። ኦኬ ኮንፍሊክት ፕሪቨንሽን ስትራቴጂስ ኤም ቱ አድሬስ ዘ ሩት ኮዝ ነው። ሩት ኮዙን አድሬስ ማድረግ ዘ ሩት ኮዝ ኦፍ ዘ ኮንፍሊክት ኦቨር ሪሶርስ ኤንድ ሪስክ ዜር ኤስካሌሽን ኤንድ ቫዮለንስ። 66 What is stated in the Article 5 of the International Law Commission's guidelines for international water resource? A. Countries should use water resources for military purpose. B. Water resources should be kept within national borders. C. Water resources should be privatized. D. Water resources should be used equitably and seasonably. D. Water resources should be used equitably and reasonably. Okay. Article 5 የሚባለው emphasizes that countries shared water resources should use this resource in an equitable and reasonable manner, promoting fair access for all riparian states. 67 What's the key principle in preventing conflict over renewable resources? A. The more resources, the better. B. Focusing only on economic growth. C. Sustainable livelihoods and reduced vulnerability to resource scarcity. D. Ignoring local governance structures. C. Sustainable livelihood and reduced vulnerability to resource scarcity ማለት ነው። Okay, so conflicts prevention require understanding how natural resources change affect livelihood and fostering sustainable practice to reduce vulnerability and competition for the resources. 68 How does the sustainable livelihoods framework help conflict prevention? A. by focusing on the military defense of resources. B, by understanding resource computation and identifying copying mechanisms. C, by promoting unchecked resource extraction. D, by encouraging the centralization of resources. B, by understanding resources computation and identifying copying mechanisms ማለት ነው። 69 which of the following is a benefit of international water agreements? A, they often lead to violent conflict. B, they are rarely signed by riparian states. C, they restrict trade between countries. D, they promote cooperation rather than conflict. D, they promote cooperation rather than conflict. ኮኦፕሬሽን ወይም ትብብርን ነው ፕሮሞት የሚያደርግ ምንድነው ይሄ ኢንተርናሽናል ዋተር አግሪመንት የሚባለው በዋናነት ፎከስ የሚያደርገው ምን ላይ ነው? ኮኦፕሬሽን ነው፣ በትብብር ላይ ተባብሮ መስራትን ነው ከኮንፍሊክት ይልቅ ማለት ነው። ኦኬ 70 what is the role of data exchange in managing transboundary water resources? A, it increases resource depletion. B, it increases rates computation for water. C, it facilitates cooperation between upstream and downstream states. D, it limits water usage for all states. C, it facilitates cooperation between upstream and downstream states ማለት ነው። ኦኬ ሶ አርቲክል 9 የሚባለው ይሄ ኢንተርናሽናል ሎ ኦፍ ኮሚሽን የሚባለው ምንድነው? ጋይድላይንስ encourages the exchange of data and information to ensure cooperation in the management of transboundary water resources. 71 which factor is crucial for conflict prevention when managing natural resources? A, political instability only. B, the availability of military forces. C, a mix of technical, political and institutional responses. D, ignoring social and economic factors. C, a mix of technical, political and institutional response ማለት ነው። ይሄ ኮንፍሊክት ፕሪቬንሽን ነው። ናቹራል ሪሶርስ ማኔጅ በሚደረግበት ሰዓት ኮንፍሊክት ምንድነው? ኮንፍሊክት ፕሪቬንሽን ምንለው? effective conflict prevention requires a comprehensive approach that include technical solutions, political strategies and strong institutional frameworks. 72 what is the primary strength of the sustainable livelihoods frameworks? A, it only focus on reducing resource scarcity. B, it views people as vulnerable and helpless. C, it offers simple solutions to resource challenges. D, it encourages people to adapt to trends and cope with shocks. D, it encourages people to adapt to trends and cope with shocks. Okay, this is the sustainable livelihoods framework views individuals as a dynamic actors who can adapt to trends and cope with shocks rather than helpless victims. helpless victims ከመሆን ይልቅ ምን መሆንን ነው የሚያበረታታው ማለት ነው? ትሬንድን አዳፕት ማድረግና ኮፕ ዊዝ ሾክስ የሚለው ማለት ነው። 73 the sustainable livelihoods approach primarily focuses on A, what people don't have. B, policies and processes. C, the asset people have. D, government intervention. C, the assets people have ማለት ነው። ኦኬ so the framework emphasizes people's existing assets such as skills, knowledge and resource rather than focusing on what they lack. 74 what does livelihood diversification aim to achieve? A. Increasing reliant on a single resource. B. Making livelihoods dependent on a single location. C. Making livelihoods more multi-sectoral, multi-locational, and multi-occupational. D. Reducing the efficiency of resource use. C. Making livelihoods more multi-sectoral, multi-locational, and multi-occupational ማለት ነው። ኦኬ ይሄ ላይቭሊሁድ ዳይቨርሲፊኬሽን የሚባለው አቺቭ የሚያደርገው በዋናነት ይሄንን ነው ማለት ነው። ኦኬ መልቲ ሴክተራል መሆን አለበት፣ መልቲ ሎኬሽናል ኤንድ መልቲ ኦኩፔሽናል ማለት ነው። 75 which of the following not an example of livelihood diversification? A. Expanding both agricultural and non-agricultural work. B. Increasing reliance on a single resource. C. Engaging in both self-employment and working for others. D. Moving between farm and off-farm activities. B. Increasing reliance on a single resource ማለት ነው። This is not an example of livelihood diversification. 76 what is one way to improve the efficiency of resource dependent livelihood? A. Limiting resources availability. B. Encouraging more non-agricultural work. C. Adding value to raw goods through processing. D. Ignoring technological advances. C. Adding value to raw goods through processing. Okay. 77 livelihood adaptation program are most crucial when A. Livelihoods are unaffected by climate change. B. Resources are in abundance. C. People are fully diversified in their livelihood strategies. D. There is a long-term decline in resource availability. D. There is a long-term decline in resource availability. Okay. The adaptation program helps communities adjust the effects of the climate change or resource scarcity. 78 which of the following is an example of an adaptation strategy for farming livelihoods? A. Relying solely on traditional farming methods. B. Ignoring seasonal changes in crops. C. Using alternative species and augmenting irrigation systems. D. Reducing agricultural inputs. C. Using alternative species and augmented irrigation systems. 78 which of the following actions is a part of protecting livelihoods in times of crisis? A. Preventing the erosion of natural resource capital. B. Focusing on market support. C. Encouraging resource liquidation. D. Ignoring food security. A. Preventing the erosion of natural capital. Okay. Protecting livelihoods involves preventing the loss of essential resources such as natural capital during crisis. 80 what type of support is typically offered in an emergency livelihood support situation? A. Long-term diversification programs. B. Life-saving interventions like food distribution and healthcare. C. Climate change adaptation measures. D. Resource dependent livelihood improvements. B. Life saving interventions like food distribution and health care. Okay. 81. How does the sustainable livelihoods approach address resource scarcity? A. By ignoring the causes of resource scarcity. B. By offering quick fixes to resources shortages. C. By providing a structured framework for discussing solutions. D. By focusing only on government policies. C. By providing a structured framework for discussing solutions ማለት ነው። ይሄ sustainable livelihood approach offers a framework to discuss solutions to resource scarcity, addressing the issues through multiple strategies such as diversification and efficiency improvement. 82. What is the main goal of improving the efficiency of resource dependent livelihoods? A. To increase the reliance on government aid. B. To make better use of available resources and increase production. C. To decrease agricultural productivity. D. To eliminate non-agricultural work. B. To make better use of available resources and increase production. Okay. 83. Which of the following is a potential benefit of livelihood diversification? A. Greater ability to withstand resources shocks and disasters. B. Increased vulnerability due to dependence on single resource. C. Decreased involvement in non-agricultural activities. D. Less reliance on self-improvement. A. Greater ability to withstand resources shocks and disasters. Okay. So diversifying livelihoods across sectors, locations, and occupations makes individuals and communities more resilient to resource shocks and other critical ወይም ደግሞ crisis ማለት ነው። 84. Which of the intervention aims to prevent the erosion of livelihood assets? A. Livelihood adaptation programs. B. Efficiency improvements in resource use. C. Emergency livelihoods support. D. Protecting natural capital. D. Protecting natural capital. Okay. Preventing the erosion of natural capital is essential in protecting the livelihoods. Okay. 85. What is the role of the policies, process, and institutions in the sustainable livelihoods framework? A. To control all aspects of people's livelihoods. B. To facilitate and support livelihoods strategies through structured process. C. To focus only on resources distribution. D. To minimize the role of community involvement. B. To facilitate and support livelihood strategies through structured process. Okay. So policies, process, and institutions help structure and support livelihood strategies by providing frameworks for action, collaboration, and resource management. 86. Which of the following is an example of multi-occupational livelihoods diversification? A. Working on a farm. B. Staying in one location for all livelihood activities. C. Relying on one single crop for income. D. Engaging in self-employment. employment and working for an employer. D. Engaging in self-employment and working for an employer. Okay. 87. What does natural resource governance refers to? A. The process of exploiting the natural resources for economic benefit. B. The norms, institutions, and processes determining how power and responsibilities over natural resources are exercised. C. The legal framework for national government to control natural resources. D. The practice of industrial farming and mining. B. Norms, institutions, and processes determining how power and responsibilities over natural resources are exercised. Okay, this is natural resource governance. Involves decisions on how resources are managed, how communities participate in the process. 88. Which of the following is a key principle of good natural resource governance? A. Clear overlapping resource rights. B. Discriminatory policies that favor certain groups. C. Public participation in decision making. D. Poor enforcement of environmental laws. C. Public participation in decision making. Okay. This is the good governance encourages public participation to ensure equitable and transparent management of natural resources. 89. Which international governance, convention, advocated the recognition of indigenous people's rights over the lands? A. UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People. B. Convention of Biological Diversity. C. Aarhus Convention. D. Both A and B. D. Both A and B ነው ይሄኛው UNDRIP እና CBD የሚባሉት both are emphasize on the importance of respecting indigenous people's rights and to their lands and recognizing their role in conservation ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ሁለቱም ናቸው እነዚህ conservation on biological diversity እና UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People የሚሉት ሁለቱም ሮል አላቸው ማለት ነው እንደ indigenous people's rights ማለት ነው። 90. What is one of the main challenges in natural resource governance? A. Clear and well enforced resource laws. B. An equal distribution of benefits and burdens from development projects. C. Too much public participation in decision making. D. Strict enforcement of all environmental regulations. B. Unequal distribution of benefits and burdens from development projects. Okay. A major governance issues arises when the benefits or burden of resources projects are not shared fairly, which can lead to the conflict ማለት ነው። fairly share ካልተደረገ ደግሞ ወደ conflict ያመራል ማለት ነው። this is the ምንድነው ቻሌንጅ ነው ሜን ቻሌንጅ የምንለው ነው ይሄኛው ማለት ነው። ኦኬ ፓርት 2 ጥያቄዎችን በዚህ መልኩ ጨርሰናል። ፓርት 3 እና የመጨረሻውን የዩኒት 3 ጥያቄዎች በሚቀጥለው ይዘን እንቀርባለን። ሌሎችም ዩኒቶች እንደዚሁ እና የሌሎች የትምህርት አይነቶችን ከ9ኛ እስከ 12ኛ ክፍል ለኢንትራንስ ኤግዛም እንዲሁም ደግሞ ለክፍላችሁ የፈተና ዝግጅት በቀላሉና በአጭር ጊዜ ውስጥ እንድትዘጋጁ በርካታ ጥያቄዎችን እያዘጋጀን እያሰራን እንገኛለን። እዚህ ዩቲዩብ ቻናል ላይ ማግኘት ትችላላችሁ። ጥያቄዎችን የያዘ አጋዥ መጽሐፍ አዘጋጅተናል። ይሄኛው አጋዥ መጽሐፍ ምንድነው የያዘው? ጥያቄዎችን ከነ በቂ መልስና ማብራሪያ ጋር ኤክስፕላኔሽን ኤንድ ሾርት ኖትስ ጋር የያዘ መጽሐፍ ነው። ይሄንን አጋዥ መጽሐፍ በሶፍት ኮፒ ወይም በፒዲኤፍ ማግኘት ከፈለጋችሁ እዚህ ጋር በተቀመጡት አድራሻዎች ጻፉልን። ለዚህ የዩቲዩብ ቻናል አዲስ ከሆናችሁና ሰብስክራይብ ካላደረጋችሁ ሰብስክራይብ እያደረጋችሁ ቤተሰብ ሆኑ። አብረን እንቀጥላለን። እስካሁን ባሉት ጥያቄዎችና ሌሎች ማስተያየት ካሉ ኮሜንት ላይ ጻፉልኝ። ለሚቀጥለው በሌላ ቶፒክ እስከምንገናኝ ሰላም ሁኑ።